Hi, welcome to another class. We're going to be focusing on a lot of forward bends today. Then we'll even out the spine by working it into a few back bends. But if you want to find yourself in the back of the mat, seated in any position, we'll begin there. Feel free to close the eyes. Bring your awareness inward. Begin to focus your attention on the inner parts of yourself. Allowing the mind to clear. The breath to deepen. Allowing any worries or doubts to float away. Let's begin to deepen the breath. Long exhale. Big inhale through the nose. Long exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Let's hold at the top. Steady exhale through the mouth. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, come down to heart center. Let's face the palms in front of us, elbows to the sides of our body. Now we're going to roll the wrists. Pointing the fingertips. As we begin to roll our wrists out, let's bring them further and further away from our bodies. Reaching the arms out to our sides. Now let's reverse the roll. As our hands begin to come in, bringing our elbows closer to our sides. Finishing with the palms facing in front of you. Let's begin to do that one more time. Rolling the wrists out. As the arms begin to spread out wide. Reverse the roll, bringing the hands closer to the body. Palms face in front of you. Let's reach up to the sky. Fingers touch. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Let's walk our hands out into a tabletop position. If your legs were crossed, maybe begin to stretch those out one at a time. Allow the fluids to move within the legs, maybe rocking forward and back, getting some strength in the wrists. Let's reach the hips up, drop the belly button down, roll through the spine, find ourselves in a cow. Reverse the wave of the spine, coming into a cat, maybe rocking forward over those wrists as you reverse from cow to cat. Just mobilizing the spine, maybe even twisting the hips around, creating a circular motion with the upper body and the hips. Just adding movement in every direction for the spine, just so it warms up, becomes a little bit more fluid. If there's any tension, pause for a moment, recognize where that is, and then breathe through it. If it's painful, just acknowledge it and don't work into the pain, work around the pain. Do what you can, allowing your body to move. Tuck the toes, let's rock forward and back over the wrists. Flip the hands around, fingertips face towards the back of the mat. Pressing into the entirety of the palm, stretching through those forearms, maybe lifting the chin up. Close the eyes if you feel free to do so. Coming back over the wrists, leaning forward. Let's sit back one more time, pressing into the back of that palm, stretching through those forearms. Breathe deep, reach those arms nice and long. Let's curl the toes. We're going to sit back in a yogi squat. You can keep the heels up if that's comfortable for you. It is fairly early in the practice. Reach the spine nice and tall. Let's walk our hands back into a tabletop. We're going to lift the hips up. We're coming into a downward facing dog. Feel free to move the spine if it's still a little bit stiff. Maybe just begin to rock the feet a little bit side to side. Allow the hips to move side to side. Creating movement, not becoming so rigid. Check in with the palms, see if they're fully planted upon the mat. Now let's walk our feet towards the front of the mat. Come into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Let's bend the knees slightly, come all the way up, reaching to the sky. Palms come down to heart center. Reaching back up to the sky. Exhale, we fold forward over our legs. Coming into a flat back with the inhale. Exhale, we step back, retaining the breath. Continue the exhale, chaturanga. You can come into a cobra or upward facing dog, whatever suits your body today. Pressing the hips back and up. Find ourselves in a downward facing dog. So that little flow that we just did was a sun salute A. We're going to do that now 3 more times. synchronizing breath with the movement. So inhale here, lift the hips high. Exhale, walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale, come to flat back. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Bend the knees slightly, pressing into the feet, reaching up to the sky with a big inhale. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Exhale. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we step back. Plank pose, retain the breath. Continue the exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here for a breath. Exhale, walk the feet forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees slightly. Inhale, press into the feet, reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms down to heart center. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, bending forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back to plank. Retain the breath. Finish the exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, hips come back and up, downward facing dog. Gonna do that one more time. Let us stay here just for a second breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale, walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees slightly. Press into the soles of the feet. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach back up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, feet go back, plank pose. Retain the breath, finish the exhale, chaturanga. Elbows are near the sides of the body. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, hips go back to the sky. Downward facing dog. Amazing. We're all done with those. Sun salutes. Find your awareness, find your breath in the downward facing dog. We're going to reach the right leg up towards the sky. Find ourselves in a three-legged dog. Press that right leg up and back. Holding with strength. Hips are in line with each other. So you press through that right heel. Right knee comes towards the chest. Exhale. Reaching back, three-legged dog, creating a little heat in the upper body. Exhale, knee to the chest. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. One more time. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Let's plant that right foot between the hands, dropping that left heel, pointing the left toes, 45-degree angle to the left side of the mat. Let's reach up. Warrior one. Finding that right knee over that right ankle. that right foot. We're going to stretch that right leg straight. Coming in to Parshvattanasana. We're going to fold from that right hip crease over that right leg, not hyperextending that right knee. Coming first into a flat back. If you want to take the variation of doing reverse prayer of the hands behind your back, you can come into that. Or you can create fists with your hands and just touch those fists behind your back. Straighten, creating more length to the spine. Then begin to fold deeper into Parshvattanasana. Broaden the shoulders. You're strong in the soles of the feet. Finding a deep forward bend. Gonna stay for a few more breaths. Sometimes these mundane poses can agitate the inner self. But here's a time to practice what it feels like to be content in the moment. To be content in discomfort. To find inner bliss where you are. You don't need to chase anything to find joy. Happiness is not found outside. Fullness of life is right there. It's always been with you. Let's press into that right foot, coming back up in to Warrior One as we bend that right knee. Right knee is up over that right ankle. Breathe deep. Exhale, sit the hips lower. Hands come down. Twist the left heel to face the sky. Frame that right foot. Right leg goes back. Find ourselves in a plank. Take a chaturanga with me or skip it. We'll end up in downward facing dog. Hips are reaching to the sky. Hands are planted and strong. And yes, we're going to do that on the other side. If you have thoughts or feelings of dread, acknowledge them and then let them go. Realize that there's nothing that needs to be chased down, nothing that needs to be done. But right here, there's fullness of life. Let's reach that left leg up, three-legged dog. Stretch through that left heel. Shoulders are square, hips are square. Left leg does not need to come up too high lest we damage the lower back. Ideally, the left shin is flat and parallel with the mat. You can reach it a little bit higher if it's comfortable for you, but be aware that the lower back is not being squashed. Left knee towards the chest. The exhale. Inhale, left leg goes back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, left leg goes back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, left leg goes back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Last one. Inhale, left leg goes back and up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Planting the left foot down. Runner's lunge. Set yourself up. 45-degree angle to the right side of the mat. Coming up, warrior one. I've also seen people sometimes twist that right foot to point a little bit further than a 45-degree angle. It might intensify that stretch on the right leg. It might make the warrior one a little bit more difficult to become in line with. If you find that challenge is a little bit too much, maybe point those toes a little bit more towards the front of the mat. From here, we're going to straighten out that left leg. Parshivattanasana. Bending from that left hip crease. We're pressing into the soles of the feet. Let's come into a flat back to start. Find the awareness of the hips. Stretching long through that left leg. If you want to take the variation of fists or reverse prayer behind the back, you can join me in doing so. Broaden the shoulders. Or you can reach the hands towards that left foot, using blocks if necessary. We begin to bend from the left hip crease all the way over that left leg. Entering into a relaxed state of mind. Allowing the breath to calm us down. And every little moment, you consider your thoughts. It may not seem like you are doing much at all, but in fact you are changing your inner character, deciding which thoughts will make you who you are, and which ones you desire to change. This filtering is a process that many neglect. Yet, Our thoughts are what we actually manifest into. So without being aware of what's crossing your mind, you'll unintentionally walk through life ignorant of who you are becoming, because you have not considered who you are within. But it is important to consider first who you are within. So then, from there, you can change, manifesting the character from the internal into the external. Let's bend that left knee. Reach our hands up. We're pressing into our feet. Warrior one. Drop the hips lower. Strong core. Rib cage is tucked in and down. Maybe rotate the pelvis slightly forward, tucking the lower back down. Reaching higher, pressing through that sole of the right foot. Now let's straighten that left leg. We're going to flip the toes to face the right side of the mat. Take our hands to our hips. Straighten out through the spine. We're going to be coming into Prasarita Padottanasana, if I said that right, which is a straddled forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. We're going to now fold from those front hip creases over those legs. Come into a flat back. And then dive deeper down. Let's press into the feet. Coming back up into a standing position. Reaching the hands up to the sky. Energy's flowing through those hips, out through the legs. And then we're going to fold forward at the hip creases. Spine is nice and long. Lower back is not bending. Find ourselves in that flat back position before folding forward deeper, reaching between the legs. Here you can allow the spine to gently bend forward. Let's come back up into a standing position, leading with the heart. The spine is straight, the core is strong. We reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. You could take a variation where we clasp the hands behind us, or just repeat what we just did. If you're taking the variation, straighten the arms, broaden the shoulders. We're folding forward between the legs. Allowing the fists to drop over the head. We're strong in the feet. Let's hold for just one more breath, long and steady. If your hands are clasped, well, let's unclasp those hands, press into the mat, come into a flat back. Planting the left hand down in front of us, let's reach the right hand up, just twisting out any energy that was stuck in the spine. And switching sides, right hand comes down, left hand comes up to the sky. Left hand down, right hand comes up to the sky. Right hand down, left hand to the sky. One more time, left hand down, right hand to the sky. Last side, right hand down, left hand to the sky. Left hand down, reach into a flat back. We're going to bend the knees, begin to heel toe the feet closer. Hips are going to sit back. Let's come up into a horse stance. Palms going to rest on the knees. Find a little bit of grace there. And let's twist the spine. Open ourselves up to the right side, using the press of that left hand against that left knee to open the legs wider as your spine twists deeper. Switching the twist, pressing into that right palm, twisting towards the left side. We're going to center ourselves off, press into the feet, reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, palms come down to heart center. Let's face the front of the mat. Feet are meeting, top of the mat, toes are touching. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. If you wish, we can go back into a chaturanga, doing one more vinyasa flow. Inhale, upward dog. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. Find our space there. We're almost done with the practice. Find ourselves here, downward facing dog. Now we did a lot of forward bending. We're going to counteract that now with a cobra pose. Bhujangasana. Bhujangasana, I think it's pronounced. I'm still getting used to the names. We're going to drop the knees down. We're coming into a cobra position. So we're lowering ourselves down, belly meets the mat. Untuck the toes. Let's reach the elbows down, find ourselves in a sphinx pose to start. Bending through the spine generously, graciously, flexing the glutes, pressing into the tops of the feet. The legs are strong. Let's lower the belly and the chest down. Hands, palms plant beside the chest. Elbows are hugged slightly towards the sides of the body, pressing into the tops of the feet. We're reaching through the crown of the head. The purpose of the pose is to get length rather than a bend. Let's hold that, strengthening the back body. Now releasing that pose. We're going to now bend the feet up. Flex the heels of the feet towards the glutes. Now, when we come up into a cobra, press into the palms of the hands, reaching the chest wide, attempting to touch the shoulders to the feet, and the feet to the shoulders. If this is painful in your lower back, choose not to do it. Go back into the other cobra position. Breathe deep, nice long bend through the spine. We're holding for another breath. Glutes are flexed, protecting the lower back. Then we're going to lower down. Drop the elbows, coming into Sphinx pose. Natural curve of the spine, pressing into the tops of the feet, broaden the shoulders, allow the shoulder blades to release down the back. Breathe deep and let it go. Variation of Sphinx, pressing into the palms of the hands, lifting the elbows. Use that press to lift your chest higher, flexing the glutes. Open up the shoulders. Big back bend here. Pressing into the pelvis on the floor. The hips are down on the mat. The ribs are not pushed out in front of us. The whole core is tucked in, creating a good long line through the spine. We release that variation of Sphinx pose. Coming back into Sphinx for a moment. So lower the chest down, put our palms to the sides of the body, bend the knees, press into the palms, coming into child's pose. Notice if there's any tension in the lower back. Allow yourself to release that tension. If that tension is very intense, well, when we do those cobra poses and the Sphinx poses, just check in with that lower back and be more conscious about that area. Acknowledging perhaps that you may be squishing it too much. You want a nice long line, curving like a bow. Amazing. Coming up into tabletop, we're going to walk the knees towards the front of the mat. Crossing the ankles behind us, we're going to sit back. Almost done with the practice. Feet come in front of us. Hands plant, fingers face the front of the mat. One more chest opener. Broaden the shoulders. Lift the heart towards the sky. Allow the head to gently lift. We're not dropping the skull back. We're just keeping it in place as the shoulders broaden. Take one more final inhale here. Then exhale, scoot the hips forward just slightly, a little bit more. Reach forward, coming into our final pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. Let each vertebrae of the spine roll down onto the mat until we meet. Let's reach the legs out in front of us. Take one more final big conscious inhale. And let it go, exhale. Allow the body to drift off. Allow the thoughts to go. Becoming conscious of the present moment. no longer controlling the breath, but simply watching it. Maybe take a large breath in, coming back to awareness of self. If you like to stay, do so. But for the sake of the length of this practice, I'm going to end it here. Let's bring the heels towards the buttocks. Roll to our right side. Press ourselves up into a seated position. Any seat that suits you. Closing the eyes. Strong back. Maybe notice the subtle sounds that are occurring around you. Noticing the details in your senses. And then just take a moment to consider all the things that you've wanted today. And then contrast them with the sounds that are around you. And recognize that there is always more to be discovered in the place that we are. Bring your hands to prayer. Thumbs come to the third eye, the forehead. I thank you for joining me today, and I wish you peace of mind. Namaste.